Hey, hey. It's Wednesday, December 1st, and it's 9 o'clock. And that is my washer in the background. I don't know if you can hear it or not. I didn't think it would be so loud. Anyway, it's Joycelyn Wells with Joy Exposed, and it's Wednesday, December 1st, and 9 p.m. So, as we always get started with 3 Cheers of Joy. And 3 Cheers of Joy is special for me, right? And if you don't listen or tune in often, 3 Cheers of Joy, 3 moments of self celebration that have nothing to do with anybody else, just you, right? Celebrate yourself without having somebody else make it about them. It's your thing. So, 3 Cheers of Joy. 3 Cheers of Joy is brought to you by Queen's Ransom alcohol infused products. Tonight, we will have Sarday's Rosé. Sarday's Rosé. I've had this one before. It's really good. I got a new shipment in. I just took some pictures of me opening the box a few minutes ago. Got to do a promo for that. So we're drinking Sade's Rosé tonight. If I can get it open. And then we always toast with something on 3 Cheers of Joy. Let's see. Why can't? Oh, there we go. So tonight, that's what we have. And for 2 years, I was just buying stuff and using it as my 3 Cheers of Joy. And then all of a sudden, I have a sponsor for that segment. So I try to make sure I drink these products and take them with me as often as I can to show my support. And if you're wondering about them, it's almost Christmas, right? So order you some from Queen's Ransom LLC, and you can get a discount if you use discount code Queen Joy. I should post that. Geez, I can't even get the paper off. I guess I'm not supposed to have it. All right, so those are your great Christmas presents. All right. Always, when I do my toast, I drink out of a Steffi. I got a new Steffi, and this one is cigar labels. So it's my Steffi's Covenant cigar labels. You guys know how much I love my cigars, and that's my new Steffi. It's made by STM Specialties. A lot of heirloom products, crochetings, personalized tumblers, just what you need for Christmas. No chain block supply issues. Mm. Um, get it right here in the good old US of A within probably 10 days, either one of these products. So, the Sade's Rosé in my Steffi, and we're going to start with 3 Cheers of Joy. All right. My first cheer of joy is that I haven't been on in 2 weeks, right? So, I missed 2 weeks. So, my first cheer of joy is that a few years ago, I was bold enough to step out and do my thing and not be on somebody else's clock. So, cheers to moving how you need to move. Cheers for me moving the way I need to move to make sure that I take care of myself. So cheers to that, my first year of joy. Ooh, that is good. If you like sweet wines, it's definitely the wine for you. It is a sweet one. And that's Sade's Rosé. So my first year of joy is stepping out, kind of, I guess, on faith, doing what I needed to do to put myself in a position to move the way I need to move. My second cheer of joy is that I got to travel to Italy again 2 weeks ago. So that was traveling is just a way of life for me. It's what I love to do. I I've always loved it, and I talked about it a little bit while I was there. It's just I've always studied the earth, right? I want to see everything, experience everything, and curious about it. So here's to being able to travel to Italy again. And then this time I was awake when we went from Germany into Naples. So Germany is north of Naples, Italy. So I was awake, and we went across the Swiss Alps. Maybe the Swiss Alps was going out of Germany. Yeah, so going into Germany, you go across the Swiss Swiss Alps, and it's amazing. Like I've never in my mind imagined mountains higher than the clouds. Right? You just unless you see it, you can't imagine it. It just blew my mind away. That's a whole nother segment. The clouds and just had me so blown how solid they look. They just trap the whole way. It's just like amazing layers and layers of clouds, not just a single layer, but we would be above a layer, go through it, and there's another layer, and just so solid. It almost looked like waves at times, and or the ground at times. It was just bananas. So cheers to This time I was awake, so I got to see the Swiss Alps. So cheers to a new experience. My third cheer of joy is that I was able to host my first Thanksgiving last week. I know that's not a big deal to some of y'all, but for me, it's a big deal because Thanksgiving was the holiday that I lost in my divorce. So I haven't had my kids for Thanksgiving for years, all of them together in one place, right? So as the girls got older, and I was living in Lakeland with Jasmine, so of course I got to be with her. But this year, all of them came to me and they brought Ariel, and my girls brought their guide. It was just amazing for me, just so overwhelmed that I didn't even take any pictures. I like to take pictures. So cheers to Thanksgiving. So my first year of joy was, just to recap, putting myself in a position a few years ago, to kind of step out on my own, build my own business, do what I wanted to do. If I needed to take off, then I could take off. If I needed to not take off, then I got to work. I need to make money. I got to make money. So cheers to stepping out on faith and kind of doing your own thing. That was my first cheer of joy. My second cheer of joy was being awake going into Europe and being able to see the Swiss Alps. Phenomenal. Like, it's mind boggling. Even now that I go pictures that I took from the plane and I'm like, those were the mountains and the clouds were like look low, right? It's just mind boggling how amazing this earth is. Everybody should go play. Go do, go enjoy. So seeing the Swiss Alps was number, and then my third trip of joy was having all of my family for Thanksgiving. And then I'm gonna piggyback off that as we move forward. So those are my three cheers of joy, brought to you by Queen's Ransom LLC. And tonight we're drinking Sade Rosé. And remember, you want to order something for Christmas presents, go to queensransomllc.com. Use Queen Joy as your discount code and order your alcohol products, your wine products for the holidays. Great stuff. Okay, so Thanksgiving, let's talk about that for a second. And I'm always a big planner in my head. Like, I'm going to plan and hope that the best shit falls out. Like, that's how I operate. I never plan. I never just do a little bit. I always do a lot. It goes along with my thought processes in my brain. So Thanksgiving, we had a house full of people, which was amazing. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm not missing any comments. So Thanksgiving, we had a house full of people. It was absolutely amazing. So all of my kids were here. So Joya, John, Jasmine, Ariel, Jimmy, Quentin. So that's six of mine. And yeah, I said Ariel. So that's six that belong to me. So they came in on Monday and Tuesday, and they were here all week. So Saturday. So they were just here all week. So that already had me thrown off because it's usually me plodding through the place by myself with my faceless love. And so we had a house full of people. Then for Thanksgiving Day, my sister came, my two nieces, so Destiny, Jayla, Kinsley. Joya's friend came with her daughter, so that's Tony and Lonnie. Faceless Love's parents came, his sister came, her daughter, so that's four more, and then Faceless Love's came. So I had a house full, and I was up cooking like a mad, crazy woman. By the time the night came, my feet were hurting so bad. All I wanted to do was take some ibuprofen and lay down. Like, I just was, but because I don't just do dinner, I just don't plan a thing. It's got to be magic, right? So after we finished dinner, I was telling the kids, okay, so you guys go down to, it's probably like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Go down to the lake and you can feed the turtles and the ducks. That's something that we do. Turtles and the fish. That's something that we do. I mean, I've always done it with my kids. We find a lake near us and we go feed the whatever the wildlife is. Here it just so happens to be turtles and fish, right? And the fish are really aggressive, so they come to eat. They're not playing. So a group, couple of the adults and the kids all went down. I gave them bread. You know, they had bread set aside because they like to eat bread. I gave them bread, so they all took bags of bread down to feed them. So by the time they came back, because I just can't do regular shit, the Christmas tree was up, and Faceless Love's sister was putting the lights on the tree because now the kids have to come and decorate the tree. And I was tired. I was in my mind like, the hell with this tree. But I couldn't because it was a part of the plan. I had to get to the plan. So we sat there and we decorated the tree. So the older girls, two older kids put the hooks on the ornaments, and then the younger kids put the ornaments on the tree. And I just kind of doled everything out from my position in the chair because I said my feet were hurting. So I was trying to move as little as possible, but still stay in the spirit because I'm the only person that cares that all of this shit happens. Like it's in my head, it's supposed to happen this way. Dinner, go to the lake or to the pond, and then decorate the tree. Ta-da! Like, and, you know, we could have been done with dinner, but no, right? So we got the Christmas music playing, we got the holiday punch flowing, the kids are all excited. We decorate the tree. You know, I'm helping them. They decorate the tree. I didn't even remember that after they decorated the tree, I had paint set up for them. So they painted after that. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. So anyway, we got the tree decorated. So with that being said, let me show you guys a picture of my tree. Let's see if I can pull it in so you can see it. Let me see how this works. I've never done this before, so I hope I don't screw it up. But yeah, so we decorated the tree, and here is a video of it, I think. Where would it go? Uh-huh. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So let's see if I can open it. Is there music playing? Oh, let's see. I gotta turn it on. Oh, that's my oh. Oh, okay. So there's my tree, and those are all my little elves. My whole family is growing so much. I'm so excited. And just one more view of the tree. Ah, it worked. I'm so excited. So yeah, so that was my tree. So we have to go next week on the weekend to buy a tree topper because I wanted us to do that together. Faceless Love and me to go and buy it, find it together because it's our first Christmas in our place together. So we're gonna do a tree topper. So I wanted to share that video with you guys. Hope you enjoyed it of my little tree. And it was a big deal. We had a good time. We got all the decorations on. And then the kids went and painted. And while the kids were painting, the grown-ups played Black Card Revoked, this game. So think of that. This is all in a single day. So by the time everybody left, everybody was exhausted because we were popping thing after thing after thing after thing. So we were on and popping. And the Black Card Revoked game was so much fun that even Faceless Love's parents played with us. So the age range was probably 22 to maybe 72, right? So it's a range of adults playing this game, and it was funny. I mean, I just literally had to just enjoy the moment because I didn't expect them to play, and they did, and it was so we had a freaking blast. You hear me? It was so much fun. So that was my Thanksgiving, and I'm telling you that I was so excited about hosting it, and I'm looking forward to doing it next year because I mean, why not, right? So if my kids want to come, they'll come. If they don't, I still have family like me that I didn't even. I'm so disconnected from people. That's part of my personality that I just didn't realize how much goodness was out there, just waiting to come and hang out. So I love that. I'm happy that I have my own place again. I mean, my girlfriend Stephanie's been here a couple times. Love it. I love entertaining. I love people to come over and have drinks and let me cook for them. These are things I haven't done in so long, and I forgot how much I love it. So Thanksgiving was really the move. Um, oh my gosh, Yana said they drove from Germany to Italy and they went through the Swiss app. Beautiful. Yes, I'm so sure. I missed this totally. Going around the small lanes. Oh my gosh, I know you got some great pictures, Yana. Please share them with me. Yana is listening. Please share your pictures with me. I would love that. Thank you. Jason is from my tree. Thank you, thank you. I had so much fun decorating it and sitting around it, right? Thank you, Stephanie. Still moving stuff around, what I want to add, because it's my first tree in a long time, and I don't know, I just want everything to be perfect for Facebook Love. And for me, but it's different when there's a guy. You want to be like, you want him to have goodness too, not just for you, but for our whole house. And when we have company, um, I just want it to feel good. That's important. So that was my Thanksgiving. It was crazy. So after everybody left, I, of course, tried to clean up. I was trying to clean up. I was sleepy. I was tipsy. My feet were hurting, and I was still trying to because, of course, I had to use and I had to use China. I didn't use um, like paper plates or anything because all these people were coming, so I needed to have some real silverware and some flatware. And so now I'm trying to load the dishwasher and clean up and all this, and I was finally like, good night. So I left my kids up, and they were whatever they were doing, and I just went to bed. Took some medicine and went to bed, and was like, I'm MFing beat. I'm tired. I am done. Packed the food up, of course, and put it in the refrigerator, and I was done. That was it for me. And so, and it didn't even dawn on me that my kids are adults. They would have cleaned up, maybe. Let's knock on wood. But once I got in the bed, showered and got in the bed, I was over. And then Friday, I got up and finished cleaning up, and I forgot what else we had to do on Friday. But it was just nonstop until everybody, the last person left on Sunday morning, and it was nonstop. And then I was like, I'm going back to bed. I'm done. I had to get me some rest. It was a wrap. But it was a lot. We had wonderful Thanksgiving, and it was just so cool. Facebook Love's family, and them being here and just seeing him, spending Thanksgiving with him, and just seeing him in his element, in his space, and just watching him. So it was a great time. And my mom did not come for Thanksgiving. She'll be up for Christmas. I think he'll be at my sister's. Well, I'm not sure where I'll be for Christmas, but me and my mom have a trip planned before Christmas, so I'll see her then. But she was chilling at home by herself, probably like, yes, I don't have to cook so much food. She did walk me through my dressing. Thanks, Mom. So anyway, that's that. That's my whole crazy past 2 weeks and a wonderful Thanksgiving of just being with friends and family, my kids, and oh my gosh, it was mind blowing to see your kids all grown up, my kids all grown up and adulting and buying stuff. You go get, and I'm like, you're buying? Oh, okay. Anyway, love to see the kids growing up. All right, so what's next? So usually what's next is Facebook Post of the Week is brought to you by stmspecialties.com. I showed you my new Steffi cover with cigar labels. And if you guys have been to my home, those of you who've been, I've made some tables covered with labels. So this is perfect addition to my cigar stash. Memorabilia, what is it? Cigar memorabilia? I don't know if it will be that or not, but my cigar loot, my cigar stuff. Anyway, I always use my stuffies. They're everywhere. There's probably one. Oh, there's one behind me on the counter. You can see it. That's my Joy Exposed stuff. I keep it right there. All right, so let's keep going. Post of the week. Thank you, STM Specialties. And here we go. So, as much as I'm on social media, I apparently missed this whole spectacle about little boys wanting kitchens for Christmas or wanting play kitchens to play in, right? So I've been seeing little pieces about it, and men are in an uprage, and women are like, shut the hell up. And this is the United States. We have a myriad of opinions, so neither is right or wrong. We just know that we all have them. So I saw this right before I got up from like my little 10-minute slumber before I started. Um, says it's by somebody named Miss Brittany J on social media. As a matter of fact, find the person. Tara Kutak is the person that uh, Tara Kutak is the person that posted it originally, and I'm gonna read this because this is perfect. So the person together, I was like, okay, you guys are on it. I love my social media, but this right here is law. This is some real shit right here. Okay, okay. So this is Miss Brittany J posted it first, right? Can I ask y'all some serious questions? And Miss Brittany J is, I think, my group is the house stuff. So Miss Brittany J, his name is Brittany J, but her picture looked like it's a man. So I don't gender doesn't matter. Can I ask y'all some serious questions? Why y'all be saying I'm gonna do it with some attitude because I feel like this is the way they were writing it when they wrote it. So like in your face. Can I ask y'all some serious questions? Why y'all be saying y'all want a man that cooks and cleans, but you won't buy your son a play kitchen and play broom? So we're gonna start. That's the first one. I was like, okay. The next one. Why do y'all want boys to understand girls' bodies and the power of no, but you don't let them play with dolls? Okay, by now I'm sold on this. I don't even care what happens after this. I'm sold on this. Why y'all be spending all your paycheck on Ralph Lauren, Tom Ford, and Michael Kors, but won't buy your son a sewing machine? Yeah, Miss Brittany J woke up feeling some kind of way. Okay, why y'all be out here falling over yourself at Chris Brown's tired dance moves, but your son can't be in dance class? We was at church on this one. Miss Brittany J was going to church. That's what she was like, I'm done with it. Why y'all tell y'all sons to stop crying and be a man, but will beg a 30-plus-year-old man to be more sensitive? Miss Brittany J was not playing with it. Y'all spend so much energy making sure your sons don't grow up gay, whatever that means, versus raising a cultured, tolerant, and respectful individual. Hashtag, but I know what I'm talking about. Baby, I read that and was like, this is my social media post of the week because Miss Brittany J did not come to play with this. All of that is true. And I'm laughing because it's so true to my heart because I was a single woman for years and I know things I would say about men. I know what I would want in a man, right? I know. And I'm reading this like, oh my gosh, I never put it in the context of that. Like, I never thought. Now, for girls, that was the expectation that you learn how to cook and clean and sew and keep your house, and you had to play house and you had to play kitchen. And these are things, but we expect those things from men too, because there are a lot of single men that have to take care of themselves. And then when you meet one who can take care of himself, you got a problem with it. Ah, but we want that. We want a man who can still take care of himself. So Miss Brittany J did not come to play with that, and that is my social media post of the week. Thank you, STM Specialties, for thank you, STMSpecialties.com for sponsoring this segment. And listen, they went off on that post, and I am so excited. So let's see. Let's see. I'm reading my comments right now to see. Uh, oh, Joe Cash gonna buy us one. Tandy said Joe gonna buy one. Yes, that's right. Tandy, right. Church went in. Miss Brittany J was not playing on that list. And here, Joe, if you're looking, the Steffi with the cigar label. Yes, 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 yes. That was a great list. I loved every single one of those. And I was sitting there thinking, like, the person who wrote this list has to have such a broad range of thought on both well, on gender roles, period, not on both, on gender roles, whatever they are, because they were able to tie that shit in. I mean, it seems common sense. I've never thought of it in that context. I didn't buy my son a kitchen set. I didn't even think to buy a kitchen set. I didn't even think to make my son make his own bed when he lived with me. But my daughters can make the hell out of a bed, but I would make my son's bed. So it's so many things I didn't do as a mother to a young boy that would help him be a better man. Now there are many things that I do or have done that makes him a great man. But when you think of the context of what people are looking for in a relationship or in a partner, in completion, those aren't necessarily tended to in the house, right? I actually still, when he was Thanksgiving, I asked him, come in here and pick this paper up out of the floor. He's 18. I'm like, what time? And everybody starts giggling because they know it's going to be something. So I just thought that was a great social media post of the week. I think Miss Brittany J snapped. She was not playing. She was on they were on every single button, right? Now, I'm not telling anybody to run out and buy a play kitchen set for your son or daughter, like either one. I'm not saying do it for either one of them. All I'm saying is, if these are the things that model taking care of a home, men take care of homes just as women take care of homes. People need the skills to take care of homes. You guys know, I still say my favorite class in school was home ec and Spanish. Love me some home ec. Still use a lot of the things that I learned about it to this day, right now. Home ec class was important to me, and we lose a lot of those, especially when you have people who don't keep a clean house. Hygiene isn't important to them, like it's no big deal. And but it is hygiene is a big deal. Disease, infestation, illnesses, like housekeeping is important, but when you are raised in an environment that housekeeping isn't important, we tend to take those traits on, and it's not healthy. I mean, ear infections, runny noses. We see a lot of kids in lower socioeconomic status families that are ill because of living conditions, and I'm not just talking about the structure. The structure may be poor as well, so I'm not blaming anybody for anything. All I'm saying is you have to pay attention to keeping your house clean. And we got to teach our sons to clean up and take care of themselves just like we take care of just like we have to take care of it and make sure the house is clean. Are you kidding, Tandy? No more home ec in school? What? Girl, bye. I love me some home ec. I could sew, you name it. I can do my thing. I was paying attention in those classes. So that's my social media post of the week. Cheers to Miss Brittany J for posting it and for, let me see what was the girl's name that reposted it. We got to give her shout out. Tara Kutak reposted it. And I am grateful that she did because I love that post. And I have to share that on my own page. All right, so let's move on. It's 9:30. What are we gonna talk about tonight? This yesterday I had I've got to get a number for people to dial in, maybe a group number, because I have this link and I couldn't get it to work earlier. Maybe because it's my social media. So let me drop this link in here. If anybody want to dial in, chime in on my chat, please, you are more than welcome to do so. So I dropped the link in there. So I had interviewed a lady. Y'all don't know this because I don't really talk about it. I host this TV show, and this all gonna tie together. Just bear with me. I host a TV show on the JPN network. It's on the Roku, or it's a Roku channel. So it's called Open Book with Joycelyn Wells. So I've been doing this for months. The interviews are about 15, 20 minutes long, and they air every week. And this the show is called Open Book with Joycelyn Wells. Anyway, I interviewed this author yesterday out of, Sacramento, California. I interview authors all over the US. I mean, just the great people I've talked to, like, I even went to South Georgia and interviewed the authors right there in right that came in to be interviewed by me. That was really great. But anyway, so I'm interviewing this, author yesterday. Her name is Talva, Talva. And as we were talking about her as a writer and living in Sacramento her whole life and her travel experiences and what she does. I started laughing because she was like, "Oh, I'm a writer. I do ghost writing. I'm in IT. she listed like 5 things, and I was just laughing because I started laughing when she was saying it. I said, "That's me." Like, so many people expect you to be one thing, to do one thing. But I feel like when you find your space and you step into that gift, you realize there's so many freaking things that you can do. And you're like, how can I even explain this to anybody? Like, how do you explain it? So you get to a point, for me, I've gotten to a point where I don't talk about all the things that I do because it sounds or convoluted to people listening to me because they can't figure out how all of it is connected. It's connected because it's of me. And so Telva and I were talking yesterday, and I was explaining that to her and I told her about this great book that I read called Accelerate. And the reason I read the book is because Faces Love wanted me to read it aloud, record it so he could listen to it while he exercised because he didn't want to read it. He didn't have time. Anyway, so I read the book, but it was so much benefit in the book for me that I was like, I was supposed to read this book because I've learned a lot about myself and my leadership style and my sense of urgency. Somebody has written about it similar, and it kind of helped me to it just kind of said I'm okay. Now I'm moving. Anyway, all right. So let's see. Am I back? Let me see if I'm back. I'm trying to see if I'm back. Hold on. Let's see what happened. Hey, I where I am live. I guess I'm live somewhere. I just don't know where. Right? Oh, okay, I'm back. Thank you. Thank you, baby. All right. So oh, so she said, so we're talking about Talva. She says she just tells everybody that she's a writer. She said because her family had the hardest time talking about all the things that she did because they weren't connected. And so I said that works until your mom is suggesting you to hire or put somebody's network together, at their office, so we laughed about it. And so it made me think about that I meet like the best people. I meet the best people that have so much stuff going on, and to be able to have a conversation with them and understand how important it is to have all of these pockets of things happening in your life to help you move to your place of being of purpose. Because even if they don't all seem to be the common denominator is you, right? I'm the common denominator in all the things that I do. So they have to come from something within me, the same thought process or the same, no, same energy source. Maybe not the same thought process, but the thought maker, right? So the idea machine, they have to all come. So I can understand when people talk about being in business for so long and not making it big. Like it take 1,000 no's and then you get one yes and your whole life changes. Because we think about asking permission or trying to get the same thing a yes. It doesn't have to be the same thing that you're trying to get a yes. It could be 1,000 different things. The common denominator is you, and all you need is 1,000 no's to get to a yes. And that's literally how I feel when I'm talking about the stuff that I do. And people are looking at me like, bitch, you tripping. Like, who does all that? You're too busy. You got too much stuff going on. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I'm not doing anything other than living for this goodness to come to me. So I feel like when I meet people and they share their goodness, it's validation for me and all the goodness that's coming to me. It's not just happening to me. I'm not the only person that's all over the place with ideas and have all these little pockets of things happening around them. There are other people out there too. And these people still say they feel like they've found their purpose or they're seeking their purpose or they're Lord. And they're past the point of somebody human telling them to stop. You're doing too much because it's like, I've got to do this. It's come to me. It's part of what my gift is. For whatever reason, it's been brought to me. So I shared that today when I posted earlier. It's like, I love meeting people who love who they are. When you meet people who love who they are, there's no question that they and they don't love who they are because they think they're better than you or they have more than you or they think you're dumb or it's not that. They love who they are because they've done the work. They've done the groundwork of unwrapping and unpacking the baggage to getting to a healing space of saying, I'm okay with this person that I'm looking at every day. We've done the work. Like, if I can't love me, who the hell else is going to love me? If you don't know what it feels like to love yourself and to put yourself first and put your face mask on first, no one else is going to treat you better than you treat yourself. I mean, that's just the way the shit goes. That's just the way it is, right? We have to go through and understand us, and we can't rush it. If you're playful and frivolous or you can't rush those things. You literally got to go through all the shit that's got to get you to being mature and understanding that playtime, there's a place for playtime and there's a, being responsible and being accountable. You've literally got to go through your series of things to get to that because you can fake it, try if you want, but if you got to get through that, you got to get through it. If you got to get through it, you got to get through it. That's and it'll when you're 30, 40. Trust me, I know. I I was mature my whole life. I didn't have a playtime. I didn't have a date a lot or any of that stuff when I was younger. I got married early. I got, had kids. I was trying to be grown up, doing my adulting thing. And I'll tell you what, by the time that damn 35, 36 hit, baby, them pants was hot. Do you hear me? Them dancing shoes was ready. Them pants was hot. So the place that I was at that age, a lot of my friends was doing that shit at 20, 21. But I was forcing the grown-up space, forcing it. So I had to go through, I had to go through all of that to get to this place. I had to go. I could not have bypassed that time of my life and still had Joy Exposed podcast. And all right, so I'm gonna wrap this up because I don't know what's going on with Restream. This is gonna make me bananas. Anyway, so I was just saying that we have to go through all the stuff that we're supposed to go through to put us in a place that we're supposed to be, and we can't rush it. So when I get to meet people who've been through all of the blah, the muck, and they are now in this place of self discovery and mm, bringing their ideas to life, right? That's good. That's their goodness that they're sharing with me. And I appreciate that like crazy, right? That is a huge step. You're looking at yourself and the ideas that you have and the things you want to try that's all good. That's where you're supposed to be. Out of the playtime, you've passed that. And now it's time to reap, right? It's time to get out there and search for your thousand no's. So I'm not going to keep going because I'm afraid that Restream is going to go out again. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up there just to say, hey, whatever your ideas are, at least do the research on them to try to figure out how and why and what you learn from them. But don't ever just not do it. I mean, I'm not talking about breaking the law, nothing like that. Like your ideas, business ideas, and creative things. Try them all. Try them. At least explore them because that's going to help you become your full self, your better self, the purposeful self, and you'll learn a lot that way too. So, oh, one more thing I wanted to talk about before this is so off topic, but I'm gonna just in case we die again, I'll be talking about this instead. Have you guys ever used Damp Rid? Like the little damp rid. They hang in like the laundry rooms in the closet and they pull moisture out of the air. Man, those things really work. Like they hold like a pound of water, like so much moisture out of the air. It makes my laundry room smell really good. I was thinking about that today when I was throwing away my last one. I had to order some more. It's like I never hear anybody talk about using damp rid. And I'm in an apartment. So think about people in the house, how much moisture you have in your house, how you're to me, I have a real I don't see well and I don't hear well. So I have a keen nose and taste. Like so those are my other senses that take up and touch, right? Those are my things. If I can smell it and taste it and touch it, it's probably good. But anyway, stuff tends to have a musty smell to me, like a stale smell. So living in an apartment years ago, but I could never get rid of it. So I did some research and I came across this damp rid stuff and I bought some for the closets in the laundry room. And they really work like literally pull moisture out of the air and it keeps your house smelling so. So when you have that um dull smell, because in an apartment we've got like a door in. Well, we got a door in the front door, then we have a door out to the patio, and then we have windows across the front. But we don't open the windows. I mean, because we have the air on or the heat on or whatever. But you don't really get a good flow of air coming in. So it feels stagnant. That damp rid thing helps keep the air flowing. It keeps that moisture, pull that moisture out of the air. I should do a commercial for them because I'm a true believer. Anyway, I'm going to stop because we've already been cut off a couple times. And thank you guys so much for joining me again. And it's Wednesday, December 1st. We're counting down to Christmas. We got 24 days of Christmas. You guys got to see my Christmas tree. Just wait till next week. I'm going to have my tree topper. I'll put another picture up. I'm so excited about it. I love it. I love Christmas. It's probably one of my favorite times of the year. And but I don't know what the other ones are because I just love living. So I can just find a reason to celebrate. But Christmas just makes me feel some kind of special. Anyway, just be true to yourselves. And remember, when joy is exposed, everything just feels better. Mwah. Thank you, Queen's Ransom LLC. Thank you, stmspecialties.com. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.